Cliff Richard was once a towering figure in the world of pop music, often referred to as the British Elvis Presley. With a career that spanned decades, he enjoyed tremendous success with chart-topping hits, sold-out tours, and a devoted fan base. From the 1950s through the early 2000s, Cliff remained a constant presence in the music industry. But then, seemingly all at once, he vanished from the spotlight. For years, fans were left to wonder what happened to the star who had once been everywhere. The truth behind his disappearance from public view is both complex and deeply personal, revealing a side of Cliff Richard that many had never seen before. One of the primary reasons for Cliff's retreat from fame was the sudden and intense media scrutiny he faced beginning in 2014. Allegations of historical sexual abuse were made against him, triggering a media storm that shook his career and personal life. Although Cliff Richard was never arrested or charged and was ultimately cleared of any wrongdoing, the damage to his reputation and emotional well-being was significant. The BBC famously filmed a police raid on his home in real time, an event that Cliff described as one of the most humiliating and distressing moments of his life. The incident led to a long legal battle, with Cliff eventually winning a privacy case against the BBC and receiving a formal apology. But the scars from the experience ran deep, and it marked the beginning of his gradual withdrawal from public appearances. In addition to the trauma of those events, Cliff Richard had also been facing the inevitable challenges of aging in an industry that prizes youth and reinvention. While he continued to perform and release music sporadically, the demands of constant touring, press obligations, and public expectations became more difficult to maintain. Rather than fight to remain in the spotlight, Cliff chose to protect his peace of mind, health, and dignity. He moved much of his life abroad, spending extended periods in Portugal and Barbados, where he could enjoy privacy and a slower pace of life far from the pressures of fame. Another reason Cliff may have chosen to step back is his deeply held Christian faith, which has always been central to his identity. In interviews, he has spoken about the importance of spiritual balance and inner peace. After decades of non-stop work and intense public attention, it's likely he felt called to focus more on his personal life, his faith, and meaningful relationships rather than chase chart success or headlines. For Cliff, walking away from the spotlight may not have been a retreat, but rather a conscious decision to prioritize what truly matters to him. Though Cliff Richard no longer dominates the airwaves as he once did, his legacy remains intact. He has earned the respect and admiration of generations of fans, and his contributions to music history are undeniable. His disappearance from the public eye was not a fall from grace, but rather a quiet exit by a man who had already given the world more than enough of himself.